On again. Now, I guess this is the way you're supposed to die in this world if you ain't got no sense. If you lack of knowledge, I guess this is the way you should die. Right here by the vaccine, the so-called Pfizer vaccine. We go get into this video right here and show you some things with this Pfizer vaccine that already killed 23 people in Europe. You better wake up, people. You believe that? And it's all senior citizens, which I already told you they're gonna die first from that vaccine. The people never understand. You think it's a virus out there? No, people. They fake the masses so they can bring you the vaccine, which is the real poison for the reset depopulation of the masses. Let's get into this right here. We go break it down. As you can see, the 33 coding right there in plain sight. Let's run it.
Australia is urgently seeking answers from the Norwegian government after at least 23 deaths in aged care residents who'd received the Pfizer vaccine.
Yeah, that in New Region. There you go, people. 23 is a coding right there and dead from the vaccine, people. Wow, don't ask if it's a killer. I already told you what they're doing. You can't make a vaccine for an unknown virus in 8 months. It's a 100% killer for the reset.
10 News first, Stella Todorovic joins us from Canberra. Stella, has a clear link been established between the vaccine and the deaths?
Well, Narolda, investigations are still underway, but
They're always telling the masses about investigation underway. They don't have to investigate. They're the one who make that poison potion for the people. Can you get it? They're the one who doing it. So what do you think? You believe that they're investigating how they die? No, people, they die from the vaccine. A lot of people are gonna die from it. Just wait. It don't make to kill you this quick. But I told you, a lot of people body can't handle it. It's not gonna keep them for 2 years after they take it. They're gonna die, and I told you that vaccine supposed to kill you in a few years, not immediately. Some people body just can't take it. You're not getting it, people.
Health authorities believe common adverse reactions to the vaccine, such as fever and nausea, may have contributed to the deaths.
Fever and nausea. You have no business giving these old people no vaccine. Even if it was a real vaccine shot, you have no reason giving somebody at 100 years old no vaccine. What I don't tell you, people, you live that long to see in the 90s and you sit there and take a vaccine to save you? Get the fuck out of here. It's bullshit. They're trying to kill off the elderly first, then they go down all the way to the kids. Just believe it, people. It's the new world order style. They're killing off the people.
All 23 people had
Look
just
how
weeks
old they
or
are.
months to live. Now, doctors in Norway are being urged to be very considerate as to who they vaccinate.
You see?
And it's also prompted questions about whether or not warnings on product information labels
No, the vaccine is not safe, people. You never get it. It's never meant to save you from a virus because the virus does not exist. It's a harsh reality for a lot of people that sit there binge watching the news. There's no way they're gonna believe me because they watch the news and brainwashed by the mainstream media with the fake virus. Now they can bring a vaccine to kill your dumb ass. Right there, lack of knowledge gonna kill off a lot of people. You never understand.
Moving forward, Australia is expected to receive 10 million doses of the vaccine.
They still distribute them. It no matter how many people die from it already. I already break it down and show you a few people that already die in America from that same vaccine, people. Nobody died from no virus.
Distributing it to the high priority groups, of which include our aged care
There you
residents.
go.
So it is very important that the Therapeutic Goods Administration is seeking clarification. They're trying to work with all the information that they have available with the Norwegian government to really get to the bottom of this. And
Norwegian, they just give you that place, but wake up, people. They're gonna start telling you people dying everywhere. They're not gonna tell you that it's a vaccine that kill them later on. Just like people dying from all kind of shit and they just label it as coronavirus. You never understand when the vaccine start killing people, they're gonna tell you it's a new virus. You never get it.
The government has been criticised for not rolling out the vaccination program soon enough or quick enough, but the government does maintain that safety is the #1 priority.
There you go, people. They always go tell you that the government been criticized for slow rollout. The same thing they give you right here in America. Move.
Vaccinated, as you said, about 30,000 patients in Norway.
30,000.
Many of these patients are living in nursing homes, and many of them are
I want to know, people, why would the people in the nursing home be at risk for the virus? Not the people that work in there. And I told you already, people, if the virus is what they say it was, how the fuck the people don't contract it? The people that going in and out, the people that work at the nursing home, they don't contract the virus. No, it's the people that's sitting there. You'll never get it. It's to kill off the old folks first. Once they get a hand on you, of course they can tell you have the virus or you die from the virus. You'll never get it. They're trying to make numbers so the virus could be believable.
Severe diseases and are very frail people. So we expected to have some deaths in close temporal.
Wow, you hear what he say, people? He expect to have some deaths in the vaccines. He expect to have some deaths because the people have some kind of underlying condition and they're sick, and you give them the vaccine and they're gonna die. The same thing you tell them, the underlying condition gonna make it easier for them to die when they catch the virus. Why you don't let the people just die then? Why don't you just let them catch the virus and die? Why give them a shot and it's gonna kill them right there? Get the fuck out of here.
The vaccinations. So when we started looking at some of these adverse reactions, we saw that some of the most frail people, some of the oldest people seem to have adverse reactions. The common...
You hear that, people? People is weak and sick all the way. You go there vaccinating them. Wow, this is a dumb world we live in, people.
These vaccines, fever, nausea, diarrhea, etc. And since they are very sick, it may be affected their underlying severe disease, the course of their underlying severe disease.
So what are you saying now to people who are handing out the vaccines? What are they meant to do? How do they assess if somebody is too frail or too old or not well enough to take the vaccine? Is there any sort of standardized practice that you're telling these people?
No, it's very difficult to standardize this. This will be a decision made by the attending physician, the nurses, relatives, and the patient itself. And but we say that if you have patients who are very frail, very sick, and have a short remaining lifespan, you should do some extra evaluation of the appropriateness of vaccinating these.
Wow, I told you, people, it's a dangerous world you're living. As you could see this guy with the cross on, the red cross. There's some wicked people. They're just telling you right here, vaccine caution. But of course, they're not going to stop distributing it. They're going to keep pumping it in the masses because the job must go on of depopulate the masses. Bam.
The Pfizer vaccine is coming to the UK. Soon it'll be heading to other countries too, and a huge operation is underway.
Through 2021, we'll provide 1.3 billion doses.
Wow, you hear that, people? 1.3 billion doses in 2021. They're going to distribute to the masses. And don't worry about it. I already told you, remember how much people they need to take the vaccine before they can so-called reach immunity. You remember? 85% of the people have to be vaccinated. Remember, they're not going to roll out all of these so-called vaccine for 85% of the people and then only 50 take it. They're going to tell you, listen, it was a waste of time we inject those 50 million people because 50% of the people, because the other so-called 35 that didn't participate that we need gonna make it just waste of a time to give this 50%. Do you understand what I mean? So that means they have to make it 100% mandatory in everywhere in the world. They can't fool me. They can give you that wash up. Like I tell you, a whole lot of cities and states, they come out and say, oh, no, we're not locking down our city. We're not going to do that to our people. And then, bam, they have to do it. It's the same shit with this mandatory vaccination. Everybody going to do it. The same way they tell you have to stay home in every country. In every single country, they tell you the same fucking shit. Social distancing, quarantine, one world order is the same thing with the vaccine. It's gonna be mandatory everywhere in the world because they have to so-called get to the 85%. That's what they tell you. So that means if they don't get the 85%, it's gonna be a so-called waste of time. Everybody gotta get the vaccine. They're gonna do it mandatory style.
People want this as soon as possible. Some are asking, do I have to be vaccinated?
Of course.
Well, let's be absolutely clear. The answer in the UK is no.
And nowhere, everywhere you go, it's gonna be no until they're ready for your ass. I already told you. They don't worry about you yet that don't want it because they have a whole lot of people that want it. They're gonna concentrate on those people who want it and the people who have to get it, that work at a certain place that have to get it. Then they're going to concentrate on the people who don't want it. That's when they have to make it mandatory. It no sense make it mandatory now because they don't give the people who want it yet. When they do that and then they realize how many people not taking it, then they go mandatory. That's just how they do things. They don't want to make it look like they're forcing it on you. They can't let it look like that, even though they're even paying people to take it. Wow. Wow. And take a look at this fool right here in the purple tie. Yes, he gonna tell you a whole lot of shit that I told you. People tell them they're people and then they flip around. Listen what he go say right here with the raggedy ass hair on his head.
To take up the vaccine, but it is no part of our culture or our ambition.
You see him? You see how he look with his back bend? Look like a damn retard? You hear what he say, people? He say that's not how they do business. They don't make shit mandatory. But you tell everybody to wear the mask and hide, and you have the people in a lockdown right now in the UK. You have the people trapped. They don't have no control. But you telling me that you're not gonna make the vaccine mandatory? How you make a mask mandatory? I'm waiting to see when the people, you see the people that, a lot of people in this world, they believe in the Bible and the word, everything it says. You remember what the Bible say about the mark of the beast? Oh, you can't remember. You can't buy or sell without it. You can't do no business without it. I'm waiting to see if it's when they say you can't do no business without the vaccine. That's when you're going to realize it's a mark of the beast. Does the pastor man in your church tell you? You better wake your ass up, people. If you say you know the Bible, you come fighting the mag because I tell you it's a script. And yes, it's a script. It's a script and they're going to act it out. They tell you about the mark of the beast. It's not a lie. The chip that they needed to have, which is that same vaccine in a liquid form. What you think? If you don't have it, you can't do no business, nowhere. You have to have it before you can fly, before you go to school, before you go to work. You have to have it, and they're going to make sure. Pay attention here.
To make vaccines mandatory.
Get your ass out of here.
Now, we know some will be exempt for health reasons, but for the vaccines to tame COVID-19, around 60 to 70% of adults need to have one.
60, 70% of adult. You just say adult, but guess what? They say they need 85% of the people, period. Just wake up.
One US official puts it,
vaccines are useless if they are not used to vaccinate.
You hear that? It useless if it don't use to vaccinate. That means they make them, they're going to put them in the people, by any means.
Cause for concern. In France, the Prime Minister says, my fear is that not enough French people will get vaccinated.
There you go.
Which is why there's going to be a lot of encouragement in a range of forms.
You hear that? Just like what they're doing in America. A lot of encouragement in a lot of farms. They put on a whole lot of people. And I know a lot of people mad at the mag truth because I destroy one of your so-called idols, those puppets. But what you have to understand, don't be mad at me. I'm just trying to save you. I know you're mad at a lot of shit that I say, but the same people that you're mad at me for, those are the same one that gonna sell you the vaccine. The same idol. Did I hit Beyonce with a bam? Oh, you're mad. Okay. Wait till when Beyonce come and try to sell you the fucking mark of the beast. That's when you're gonna realize the mag is right. Wait till when one of those so-called puppets that you have for idol come and say, yeah, I'll take the vaccine. Why don't you take it? Then you're gonna realize what I was saying. I already told you people, it is the mark of the beast. You can't buy or sell without it.
First is reassurance on the safety of this vaccine.
Yes.
Some politicians are even offering to get the jab on TV.
There you go. Politician offers to take the fucking jab on TV. Take the fucking vaccine on the people. Right there. What that tell you, people? It tells a lot. That's just to convince the people that to take the vaccine is good. They're not taking it. It's saline they pump in their arms. If they ever pump nothing in them to begin with. Hollywood trick to convince the people to take the vaccine.
To do it, I will do it.
Next,
See?
immunization cards are coming.
There you go. Immunization card, they have it. Once you so-called get the vaccine, you're gonna have a proof that you have it because you can't go nowhere without it.
The Welsh government says anyone who's vaccinated will get one, and it's likely that in lots of countries you'll need proof of vaccine to do certain things.
There you go.
And we know an international travel pass is
There you
also
go.
in development.
There you
It
go.
will be in the form of an app on a passenger's phone.
Yes, in your phone, or even a piece of paper to show if you get the vaccine or not. You can't do nothing without it. Mark of the beast style.
So the data, for example, a coronavirus test result that is negative could be stored on there, and also proof of
But
vaccine.
that's only lasts for 3 days. The coronavirus test only can work for 3 days. It's no good no more.
The Australian airline Qantas is going further, suggesting it'll only take passengers who've had the jabs.
There you go. And don't worry about it. It's just to start it, people. Just the start. Just the beginning. Just the smoke. So some airline come in and say, oh, you can't fly on this airline without you having that vaccine. Already, people? Okay. Just wait. Just wait, people.
And if airlines can exert pressure, so can countries.
There you
we
go.
know this from the control of yellow fever.
There you
These
go.
countries-
Another fake shit about control of yellow fever. Another fake shit to ban people. That's how they do it.
Africa are on a long list of places you can't visit unless you've had the yellow fever vaccine.
Wow.
Something similar may happen with COVID. Australia's Prime Minister says there could be options where people have the choice of 2 weeks of quarantine or being vaccinated.
2 weeks of quarantine or being vaccinated. Get the fuck out of here. They're gonna vaccinate everybody. You can't travel without it. Whether you're gonna quarantine or not, they're gonna tell you you might come and then you contract the virus and pass it around. That's what they're gonna tell the masses. If you don't have the vaccine, yes, you're gonna cause a problem.
I think that will be an incentive, he adds. And if that's how we'll be encouraged, in some countries, the case for mandatory vaccines is also being made.
There you go.
This may only apply to specific jobs, and there's a precedent for it.
Specific job. Like I don't tell you, people are never missing the pandemic yet. What I don't tell you, why they kill small businesses so you can work for the government. All of them places every day tell you they're hiring. And if you take their unemployment money, bam, they got you. They're gonna offer you one of those government jobs, the ones you can't work unless you have the vaccine. You don't get it? I'm not saying small business is not gonna come back. But for now, when they're issuing the vaccine, they're gonna kill it. So you can't just have a business and say, oh, come on and work. You don't have to have no vaccine. No. They're not going to have that. So you're going to work for the government for the time being until they get this vaccine issued to everybody. Once you work for the government, you have to have it.
For example, some health workers in the US and Finland have to get a flu jab.
You see that?
US
See
authorities
that?
suggest the same could happen with
Of
COVID.
course, it's not a
More
joke.
broadly, the New York Times reports that Joe Biden's transition team is discussing the possibility of mandating the vaccine.
Bam. And I already told you, the Joe Biden going to take you all the way. Mandatory vaccination style, because he's going to make sure that every American have that in their body, and then they can get to focus on other people. Yes.
In the US via the government or via employers and schools.
There you
that
go.
too has precedent.
There you go.
In Australia, some state payments are tied to children being vaccinated.
Bam. State payments tied to children being vaccinated. There you go in Australia. Wow. There you go, people. Don't let it sound fine to you if you're in another country. It can happen. I already told you the vaccine can attach to even a stimulus. You never understand what the Joe Biden was telling you. Oh, yeah, we used to have a new stimulus signed up. What if he tell you have to get the fucking vaccine before you can get that money? He say he fighting the virus. That's what they're gonna do.
And France and Italy have a number of compulsory vaccines for children. But while those laws have increased vaccination rates, they may also provoke a counter-reaction. One French biologist has told local media they're concerned that every time more vaccines are pushed upon us, there is a greater resistance to them.
You hear that? That's just what it is, people. Yes, every time they push vaccine on you, this is the last one. Bam. Take a look at
This is
this.
the Financial News Network. I'm Christy Duffy. Pfizer has announced that it intends to recall one lot. That's approximately 19,000 bottles of
You hear that, people? They always have some kind of recall. Wow. These are so-called medication and shit that they have lifetime to correct, but they still have a recall. Pfizer right here, the same people that give the vaccine that they made in less than 8 months. So what kind of side effect does this carry? Oh, you don't know. You're dumb as stone. Don't take no fucking vaccine. They are all poison for the dumb people.
40 milligram tablets distributed in the United States.
There you go.
The recall stems from one customer report of an uncharacteristic odor related to the bottles in which these lots of Lipitor were packaged.
It's nothing but poison they give the masses. There you go, Pfizer. That's one recall right there. Move.
Here's the latest on xtalks.com. Pfizer has recalled almost...
Bam! Another Pfizer recall. Wow, people. Like I don't tell you, these are medication that they're serving up forever. And they can't get it right. They still have to recall. What they gonna do with that vaccine that they just give you quickly? They just come up with it like a snap. Bam! You got a vaccine now, run. No side effect, nothing. You better wake your ass up. Why is Pfizer got all these recalls?
150,000 bottles of Lyrica, a bestseller used to treat
Number
nerve pain
6.
after learning that the pharmaceuticals may have been exposed to extreme heat during transportation, leading to damage.
You hear another one that gotta keep cold? Wow, people.
Recalled pharmaceuticals include 3 lots, with each bottle containing 90 capsules.
3 nines.
Hello, I'm Sarah Massey, life science blogger and webinar moderator for xtalks.com, and welcome to this edition of Xtalks Vitals. According to Pfizer, the heat damage is not expected to have presented a health risk to patients taking Lyrica.
They're full of shit. All of these funny names about Lyrica, all of them is fucking deep chemicals. All of them got a wicked side effect. Chemical reaction. Bam.
We have an important recall to tell you about. Children's Advil has been recalled due to potential overdose concerns.
Hear that? Pfizer again, people. Children Advil. So that's why you know most of the medication that out there got something to do with the Pfizer. I already told you, even Viagra that come with 1 million side effects. There you go, people. Even Advil belongs to them. Children Advil. Wow, there you go, another recall.
The suspension bubblegum flavor because of a labeling mistake. So you may accidentally give your child too much. The dosage cup is marked.
Simple shit like that. They can't control. But now you can issue damn near almost billions of vaccines. No, people, this is not right. Overnight, you come out with all these vaccines. What do you expect now, people, when you see all these recalls from the same Pfizer? What do you think?
On the bottle is marked in milliliters.
Wow. So they're fucking up on every angle. Wow.
Pfizer is issuing a nationwide recall for some of its Thermacare heat wraps.
Bam. Another recall on their own Thermacare. Wow, people, the Pfizer, I told you, man. Government company. Don't sleep, people. It's the same government people that want to kill you. Give you the vaccine. They own all of these companies. There you go again, people. Another Pfizer recall. They got this Thermacare shit on the masses right there that can burn you up. They fuck up again.
Different wraps are being pulled from the shelves.
Wow.
Thermacare muscle pain, menstrual pain, and joint muscle pain therapy.
Wow.
Company says the wraps can leak and cause burns, blisters, and skin irritation.
Wow.
Consumers are urged to record the lot numbers and throw the unopened products away.
Yes, unopened, but throw it away. You're not going to give them their money back? Bam.
Word today, as many as 1 million women could be at risk of unintended pregnancies.
Pfizer has recalled 1 million birth control packs.
Bam. Pfizer recall of birth control. So you see how much area the Pfizer cover, people? Even birth control. Wow, I show you the Advil for children. Wow, Thermacare. And here we go, birth control, people. Another recall from your Pfizer, the savior that gonna save you from the so-called fake virus, corona. And there you go. They have all these recalls show you one thing. They're full of shit. They're how to kill the fucking people right here.
Mixed up the active and inactive pills in the 28-day package. She's Gail Pascal Brown joining us live right now. And Gail, are these pills dangerous? Well, I don't know if it's dangerous.
What do you mean if it's dangerous? Are you kidding me? You're taking a birth control. It's supposed to stop you from getting pregnant. So what else going wrong with it then that the people can't prove or don't know about yet? Get the fuck out of here.
Could be the reason behind this is that the pills were out of sequence. I asked
They
about
are
today,
the
how could
sequence.
this have happened?
Watch
These
this.
aren't the
Look.
actual pills.
Look,
But
people.
you know, in a 28-day packet, you've got about 7 pills that are active that you're usually taking when you're on your period. What could have happened here is that these could have gotten mixed up.
Oh, okay. So you have some brown pills, 7 brown pills for your period time, and the rest of them supposed to be white. So you telling the people that maybe the brown ones get mixed up with the white ones, and now the so-called 7 that's supposed to be on your period time mixed up with the regular ones. So now it's ineffective. It can't stop you from getting pregnant. Wow, there you go, people. Another visor bumbling in the road. There you go again, people. It takes nothing for them to stumble on these so-called regular medication and birth controls. What they gonna do with a big shit as vaccine? That's just bullshit right here. You see what I mean? Wow. I'm gone.